What's going on?
All right. We are live.
We're live. Hopefully everybody can see us. Sorry we're late. A little bit of technical difficulties, but I think we figured it out. Her Crypto's our host today, right? Her Crypto, you got it figured out?
Yeah, I am figuring it out on the fly, but we are working through it, and I am hosting today for this live stream. So excited. We are talking about Teen Bull Utility going live today. You guys have all been harvesting. We've been so excited. The community is so pumped. I harvested earlier today too. Anybody else?
Yeah, I harvested and you sent me a message. It was funny. I got so excited like the rest of the community. I'm super stoked, right? So I'm like, yes, I'm going to get in there and harvest. So I'm in there. I'm playing around with it and I harvest. And all of a sudden I realize, crap, I'm supposed to be doing the demo today on our live stream. Why did I just harvest all my meth? So I thought, okay, well, I'll go ahead and mint another teen because I needed to mint another teen anyway. So I'll mint another teen and thinking maybe I'll get to harvest. But I forgot that harvest still only happens once a day, regardless of what teen you get. So I'll be able to show what it looks like to have an unharvested teen and a harvested teen, but I won't be able to actually harvest. So we'll just have to work with that and maybe we can do a follow-up. But it's super cool, you guys. I mean, I was so excited when I got in there to see how it all lays out. The tech team did this awesome job on how everything works. With the way the visuals look on the cards. It's so cool. I mean, you guys agree, right? You guys saw it.
It's awesome.
It's easy to use.
Yeah. Super easy to use. And that's what I'm excited about. Our tokenomics and gameplay can be complicated if you're just jumping in. But to have the tech team put together something that is so super easy to use like that is fun. I was worried about that, but the UI experience, the user experience has been perfect. Awesome.
Yeah, that's what Scott just said in the comments. The UI and harvesting is pretty beautiful, beyond what I expected. I agree. It was super simple, so easy. I actually was surprised. I was like,
don't leave out the shout out to the dev team though. They're crushing it.
No, 100%. No, that was going to be how I finished off. Was massive shout outs to the dev team because they are totally crushing it.
Yep. So that's cool. So we got some questions. If you guys have any questions about, we'll try to answer questions as we're going on the live stream regarding the process, any issues you may have had. We'll definitely get those answered. If we don't answer your questions, please jump into Discord, open a ticket, or just ask in Discord itself, and we'll make sure we try to get to all of them. But I mean, where are we starting? Do we have an agenda? Her Crypto, where's your agenda?
I know. Usually I bust out this agenda, but we are just, it's live stream. We usually do this a lot more fluid, a lot more loose. And we're talking through the utility. So we have to talk about the teens. I think we should talk about what the teens are, maybe, what we're talking about teens and what do we mean? Like, where do they come from? So maybe we'll just start there, with that. And maybe start with the bulls and apes. People are going to be seeing this for the first time. For our community that's watching, we've had amazing momentum over the past few weeks and lots of new eyes on us. So I think it'd be great if maybe we get an overview of Bulls and Apes from Anthony.
Yeah, so Her Crypto, we've got tremendous momentum, and I know that there's some new people that have joined into Discord, some people that have heard about us but haven't yet taken the plunge and jumping into the BAP universe. And then there are others. I saw that there was some people jumping into Discord that they minted with us and they just held. They did what we told them to do. They diamond handed, but they never played the game. And so they're coming in and they're asking some questions. So let's go through it a little bit. I mean, we started the Bulls and Apes project because we wanted to set a standard. We wanted to do something a little bit different. And unfortunately, part of what was different is delivering on what we say that we were going to deliver. And we've done that. We did it through our mint, and now we've continued it. So July 1 officially is when we kicked off our tokenomics. All of the bulls were earning from mint day, May 31st, through July 1. July 1 was the day that we released the tokenomics to the community, and it was amazing. 30 days after mint, people were able to collect ERC20 tokens. They were able to use those tokens to breed 2 bulls from the same guild to get an incubator. They were able to take that incubator and fast grow it into a teen bull, really cool teen. So we had another collection ready to go 30 days after mint. Absolutely incredible. The art team did a phenomenal job. The quality, the creativity is up there with the original collection. And that was all in place 30 days out. And since then, what we've seen is the communities come together and did exactly what we hoped the community was going to do, which was just to organize around the tokenomics and show their entrepreneurial spirit. We always wanted to be that project that really put a framework in place that people can sink their teeth into and really make the most of it. And damn, this community made the most of it. Blew through the God Bulls much quicker than I thought the God Bulls are going to be going through, which is absolutely incredible. So congratulations to everybody who got a God Bull. But we've still got like 2/3 of the teen collection that's still unminted. And so what we've done now is with the Teen Bull utility, you said we've seen the momentum building. We've seen the floor rising with the Bulls. And we've always wanted to be that project that was an onboarding facility. And we've got a lot of people. I'm working with a community member right now just asking for help to buy their first bull on OpenSea. And I'm emailing back and forth on it. We want to be that community. So as that bull price grows, the teen bulls now become a nice entry point into the Bulls and Apes project. And this teen bull utility now brings that really to the table where the teens can earn. You got to work at it a little bit, and we'll go through that. But the teen bulls are now that entry point into the project, and hopefully as people grow through the teens, they're able to maybe get an OG and work through the project that way.
Yep, I think that's important, Anthony. One of the things you brought up was an entry point. You know, I'm amazed, so happy that we have so many amazing community members that really believe in the project and are helping to drive this message out to the overall Web3 community about what we're doing and what we're building, right? The utility that we're providing, the value that we provide, the fact that you can, own an OG bull and through the gamification of tokenomics, mint free NFTs that have value that our members, our holders are putting up on OpenSea and selling them for ETH or trading them or gaming up to then get to the next level, whether it be God Bulls or that process that you just talked through. But I think what's important is that as we see the floor rise in our OG collection, we're seeing the floor rise on our teen collection. I mean, we're darn near close to the same value as our mint for the teen collection. And the teen collection is a free collection for our holders. So for us, we've always talked about, and I've talked about this in Tokenomics Tuesday, our goal is to get as much of our methane token into the economy. The methane token is the driver of everything that we do in the Bulls and Apes project. It's important with everything you guys see here, and it's important for our continued roadmap. It's important for our apes. I've talked about that as well. It is going to be needed in our next collection. So by allowing now the teens to earn methane and to generate methane, what it's doing is it's providing a little bit lower barrier of entry for somebody that wants to come in and try the project out. They can pick up a teen and they can still earn this methane that can be used in further portions of our project. So for us as a project and a company, it was important to make sure that we provided that access to anybody that wanted it, with what we could do, which was providing access through the teen bulls and then providing that utility. So super important. I think it's great. And I think now it adds another whole layer of gamification to our existing holders as well. Now they're trying to figure out what they're going to do, right?
And I think one of the important points that came up in some community discussions this past week is the percentage of where we are in our tokenomics. And so everybody knows, we've distributed through holding rewards roughly 17 million methane tokens. Our holding rewards are 210 million. And so for a lot of people like, oh, I'm too late. I saw some comments around that. Oh, the God Bulls are already minted out. I'm too late. It's not worth it. This is phase one.
Yeah.
We're just getting started here. And so if the God Bulls were our phase one, we've got a lot of fun stuff planned. Trust me. We weren't stopping at 17 million. We're going to that 210 million. And that very last token is going to be just as important as the first token.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys both brought up two different great points that, if I think back to like when I first got into NFTs, always feeling like you missed out on something and not having an entry point and being in projects, but not really getting it. The fact that you can mint teens for free, minus gas is incredible value. And then that those teens exist as an entry point for people that, don't want to get an OG bull or weren't here from day one. I mean, those are two things that if I look at some of the projects I was in early on, they would have been huge aspects.
Right. I agree with that, Carbar. I think you and I had plenty of conversations over the summer of 2021 and fall of 2021 of like, oh shit, it's too expensive now. And
right.
Yeah, always that like, I wish I got in then.
It's true. Yeah. And I am confident that we're going to be in that same place. And that's why we want to continue to deliver to our community. Everything that we're doing, these collections we're building, the bulls were the foundation, like Her Crypto and I talk about, tokenomics. That's the foundation for what we're building with this overall project. So it's super cool. I wanted to bring up, so Anthony had mentioned about how many teen bulls we have minted, because that is, like you said, and I think Carbar, you said too, the gobbles are minted out. Oh crud, are we late? No, we're not, because that's only the first phase. We have minted 4,754 teen bulls. We have 2,334 or 2,331 bulls that are live, and 2,400 bulls that are in the underworld, which is the sacrificing part. And we can talk about that in a little bit. But that's a total of 7,000, or a total of 4,754, which means that we still have 7,696 teens to mint. How many teens still need to come into the collection? These are all unique art. That's all unique trait combinations, things that we haven't seen. I'm hoping that there's going to be some more rainbow teens that we're going to be able to see, because I'm definitely in the collecting mode for some rainbow teens. But it's fun. There's a lot still to be minted, and there's still a lot of game to be played with just what our community knows right now. That's not even talking about what they don't know yet. And you guys, we
hit the mute button. Hit the mute button.
Mute button.
I have the control now. I can mute you.
But seriously, holy crap, you guys! What we're doing is insane. I was messaging. We have an internal messaging, and I think I mentioned this before. It's called Slack. And I think I messaged Anthony earlier that my brain's exploding. My God, there's so much stuff. And he's like, holy crap, there is. It's just, we are all bursting with just the things that we're doing, the initiatives that we have planned, the products that we're going to be delivering. It's fun. It's a little stressful here and there, but man, it's exciting because of the things that we're planning and doing. I'm stoked, you guys. It's been fun. It's been a fun ride.
You just reminded me, because I want to bring up another differentiator that I think that the Bulls and Apes project is. We've been involved in projects where everything was strategic. Talk to me in 2 years, and you don't hear from the founders, and you don't see any delivery for the community. And you're also involved in communities where it's all little things, and it's all like, okay, merch, all right, great. Oh, this. What we're doing with Bulls and Apes is we're doing both. We're doing the little things that you see that we've been delivering, but as Tankman mentioned, we're working on strategic things behind the scenes that are going to take a while to deliver. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to keep on delivering the incremental things as we go. So we're doing both. We're doing the big stuff, the strategic stuff behind the scenes, and the continual delivery, so that you guys keep getting value and value and value.
Yeah, and to that point, we were both just kind of saying, Anthony, about previous projects and not having an entry point, and we're looking at the teens as that entry point. But it doesn't just exist because the teens exist. Like today, we're here to talk about new utility that we're giving those teens. It's not just something we're throwing out there as, we saw projects do it as a cash grab. Oh, we got a lot of momentum. Let's throw another NFT out there that they can buy and get another influx of funds. And we're not doing, these are free to the holders. They have value, and we're adding value to them today.
Yeah, that's a solid point, Carver. Because, one of the things that we talk about is being fully funded through 2 mints. We are pre-funded through 2 mints. And that's not including, we haven't hit the second mint yet. The teens, the gobbles minting out, the utilities, the utilities, the gobble utilities, all these NFTs that are being created in the ecosystem for free, just through own to earn, people holding their assets, building their methane token, and then being able to mint these new NFTs, create liquidity, or continue on the tokenomics. Those aren't even the second mint. So to your point, it's 100% true. Like we haven't even gotten there yet. This isn't a whole nother drop. This isn't another mint, another collection. And, the teens are their own collection, but they've been planned out this whole time. And now they have their own utility.
Yeah, they do. And something else about utility, we're talking about these free NFTs. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of our holders posting lately some analogies of what they're going through, some, how they've played the game or how they're, utilizing the tokenomics. And quite a few have utilized the tokenomics to cover their entire cost of entry into our project. So they've entered into our project for a certain cost, and through the tokenomics and gamification of creating the teens and the God Bulls, have turned around and sold those and recovered 100% of their entry into our project. I mean, they're basically playing with house money now. That's crazy. In 4 months. In 4 months, they've done that.
Without having to sell anything.
Without
having to sell the bulls that they purchased to get into the project. How much of this space exists because people need the project to go up so that they can sell what they own in order to recoup money or to be ahead. That's true.
Yeah,
and our floor price, Anthony mentioned, we're over double our floor price, or the floor price is over double what our mint was. And that's just for the floor bulls. I mean, we have some traits in our trade groups that have floor prices of, I think, what is alpha bulls? 10 ETH is the floor price for an alpha bull. I mean, that's crazy. But yeah, they're selling here and there.
No, I can't get in.
I know, crazy. But there's other traits that have floors of 0.75, 1 ETH, and they're selling. It's one thing to say, oh yeah, we have a floor price. Now maybe the alpha bulls aren't going to sell for 10 ETH. If there's ever an alpha bull that sells for 10 ETH, I think we're going to have a party. But setting alpha aside, there are traits that are selling at their floor price of 0.7, 0.8, 1 ETH. You can see it on OpenSea. So it's not just, all it is floor sweeps and everybody's only buying those, 0.37 floor bulls or 0.38 we're floating between right now. They're selling for what people want to get into. And that is a value add to those holders that minted that for 0.17. It's cool in 4 months.
I know.
Gary, I was waiting for the challenge accepted comment from Marcus over there when you said it was never going to happen.
100 ETH. Oh, sorry, Marcus. He says it's 100.
Sorry. Correction. Floor price on your alpha is 100 ETH there. So I know you're talking about all this utility, and talking about all this is through holding your bulls, not selling anything to your point car bar. Gary, do you want to tell, one of the things we did is on the tokenomic side with the no breed bulls, because we have the bulls, they breed, right? We use them to create incubators and mint teens. And we added a utility along the way where now no breed bulls, zero breed bulls create 15 methane token.
Yeah, 15. That was a fun one because I remember when we talked about that, that was actually something as a team, we discussed the zero breed bulls because we realized that through the tokenomics and through the gamification, when you breed out these bulls, they have 3 breeds apiece. Once you breed the bull out, they're called zero breed bulls. And yes, it's great utility. They still generate 10 methane tokens per day. And then it was like, okay, we had some community members like, yeah, it's 10 methane tokens. So some started putting on the floor. So we actually reevaluated that. We looked at it, said, what kind of impact is the fact that we have taken a utility in a specific NFT that we have, and we've through the gamification removed that utility. It's gone, right? You can't breed incubators. You can't get teens. So does that devaluate that NFT? And what can we do to help our community counter that? What is a way that we can encourage community and value and give community additional value? It's not just say, hey, hold this for no reason, but give them a reason. Tell them why. So we listened to the community and heard what it is. So we had talked about that. Oh man, it was almost a month ago, and it kind of got shelved, because we looked at it and we said, okay, the floor, there's really not that many on the floor, but we still heard from the community. We still heard the community going, yeah, I'm not selling it because I love the fact that I've still got my bull and I'm generating 10, but man, it kind of sucks. It's not doing anything else. Is there anything we can do? So we dove back in and said, you know what, you're right. We need to do something to help support the community, showing that we appreciate that they're playing the game and give these poor zero breed bulls some love, right? They've done all their work. They've bred some teens, and now let's send them out to pasture so they can live the rest of their life. So we created and added the 15 methane per day utility to actually increase the methane by 50%. But it adds another whole layer because now we throw in this godbull utility of replenishment where the bulls can get replenished with their breeds. But do you decide to use it? to get additional breedings so you can emit more teens, or do you keep him at 0 because you're gaining 15 methane per day? I love that we did that. And it was, I mean, I think we threw it in like 2 days. We said we already had the idea. We executed, we got it in there for the community, and it wasn't this big drawn out thing and let's just throw it in there. And everybody's like, what? What's going on here? It was cool. I love it.
It was a little too quick, but it was cool.
Not too quick for me, man. You know me, I want everything, but I think it was too quick for Evan. I think Evan was a little stressed out. Come on, guys, what are you doing to me?
And on the tech side.
Yeah, on the tech side, I know. That's the problem with being ideas, right? Us as managers, we get these crazy ideas, and then we throw it to tech or Evan, our project manager, and everybody's like, wait a minute, hold on a sec.
Let's do this in 2 days. Yes.
Yeah.
Look at, we got a great comment here by Postmaster. He said the teens being free minus gas has been a lifesaver. It's the reason his 8-year-old loves them, and all of them have become hers once he gets them and she chooses the one she likes. There you go. Bulls and Ace project, family project.
It is. My kids come and ask me every day when we can get a new teen.
Really?
Yep.
My kids don't care. They're young adults. They're like, Dad, why are you playing with NFTs? That's what they ask me. They're like 20 and 24. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's fun. Come on. Whatever.
Yeah, they'll care when it's in their inheritance.
Yeah,
that's true, right? You're thinking ahead for that one. So yeah, no, I get it. It's fun, but you know, it's funny because you think about this. There's a lot of people in different age groups, and we're talking, you know, Gen Zers here. And even I have one that's a millennial. They don't get it yet. That tells us if the Gen Zers, the millennials aren't getting it, it's our generation and millennials. There's a lot of millennials in our project are getting it. There's so much room to go here. I mean, we are early. Holy cow.
So early.
So let's talk about the utility. What do you want to recap for crypto? I mean, we've got Tokenomics Tuesday tonight, and I'm gonna have to be saying this all over again.
I know. I was thinking that too. I was like, man, we've got Tokenomics tonight. Right after, it's gonna be like back to back. We're gonna be having the same conversation, but it's gonna be so different. It'll be fun. You know, every time we have Tokenomics, there's always a new strategy or something new I learned. So, you know, you mentioned like the replenishment utility. Do you want to run through really quick the 3 gobble utilities?
Yeah, let's run through the 3 gobbles because I think that's the most recent, and this comes into play with listening to the community as well. You know, we always knew that we were going to have gobble utility. That was always going to be a plan. You know, we're going to have things that the gobbles are going to be able to do and are going to be able to experience because they are the gobble. So one of the things that we decided to do was add additional utility related to tokenomics in the gameplay. And what we did is we added 3 gobble utilities. Those utilities are earned through power. So the God Bulls will generate power in a certain period of time, 15 to 30 days. The rarest of your God Bull at the top is going to generate 15. The bottom is going to generate 30. And then everybody else is going to fall in that scale somewhere in between. And once that power bar reaches 100%, then you're able to open the God box. And it's a cool spinner that goes around and around and around. And you get one of 3 amazing, cool utility NFTs. Now, once you claim that first one, then we also have an option 2. The first one costs 600 meth. Like we've said before, everything in our economy, in our project requires meth. That's what it's there for. So you're going to pay 600 meth to create that God Bull utility. But then once you claim that first one, you're given 60 seconds, 1 minute, to then claim an additional utility, and you pay 1,200 methane token to do that. So it's really cool. We're giving the opportunity to get 2 God Bull utilities with one opening of the box. But the spinner goes, and you get 3 choices. First choice is replenishment. Second choice is resurrection. Third choice is meth machine. All 3 utilities can be sold on the open market. So they are sellable NFTs. They're in our utilities collection. So if you look at our utilities collection on OpenSea, you'll see all of them. They're all guild specific. So if a North God Bull generates one of these 3, it will be guild specific to that God. North God Bull creates a resurrection. The resurrection's the North resurrection. All 2 of the utilities but 1. So replenishment and meth machine can be used by anybody. So anybody can have that in their wallet and they can use it. The resurrection requires a God Bull to use because there's a power that is needed to infuse some power into the team. So it's a kind of a cool thing with the lore. But I'll just talk briefly about what it is because I'm sure everybody in the audience is going to hear me say this again tonight. The replenishment is replenishing your OG bull with 3 breeds. So if you have bred at your bull and you no longer have breeds and you decide you don't want 15 methane per day, why? I don't know. You can replenish it and you get yourself 3 breeds in that bowl. But I will tell you, this is the strategy we talked about last week, and I think this is a really cool strategy. If it was me, I would save enough meth that I knew I could mint out 3 incubators, which is 600 methane per day, right? That's 1,800 methane total. So if I did that, I would replenish my bowl, immediately mint out 3 incubators, and then bring them right back down to 0, all in one day. Then my bowl gets 15 methane today, gets me 15 methane tomorrow. I still get my 15 methane, and I get the ability to use my replenishment. Just a matter of holding on, right? You just have to save. That's what we're doing here, is saving. So that's super cool. Resurrections, the ability to bring a team back from the underworld. When we minted the God Bowls, part of that process was burning teens. And originally, the design of the project was deflationary. So we have 12,450 teens in the overall collection. But after burning the teens to resurrect gods, we'll end up with 9,000. So once we ended up with that 9,000, all of those burned were gone. Well, that sucks, right? I mean, there's some really cool art, and I've seen some stuff that was burned that I thought, man, I can't believe people are doing that. So what we did was we gave the God Bowls the ability to resurrect. So to resurrect, you resurrect the teen of the same guild, but to resurrect, you have to sacrifice a bowl, because we still have to have a 9,000 collection. Still has to be 9,000 left. So if you're going to resurrect one, you got to give one. So with the God Bowl and that utility, you give up a teen, you get to resurrect one. Cool thing about that resurrection is it generates 5 methane per day. That 5 methane is compounding. So it compounds. You don't have to do anything, just like our OG Bulls. Sits in your wallet. If you want to get it today, great. If you want to get it tomorrow, it'll have 10. If you want to get it the day after, it'll have 15. So the third utility is the meth machine. And the meth machine, I think, Tess, we talked about, it's your favorite, right?
It is. It's one of my favorite. It is my favorite. It wasn't originally, but it is now my favorite.
It is, right? It's cool. It's cool because the community is doing some really fun stuff with it as well. We got some businesses going. McDonald's, I saw with Mac Daddy's going McDonald's. It's awesome. So what's really cool about it is that the meth machine actually has influence over all of those teens of that same guild. So if you have a North meth machine, you'll be able to influence North teens. Those North teens generate 5 methane per day. So same as the resurrection. So you're going to ask me, well, why would I want that if my resurrection is going to do the same thing? The difference is that you have to work a little bit at this. Resurrection is compounding. Meth machine is not. Now, meth machine, you'll get 5 per day every day, no matter what. So as long as you go in there every day and claim, you're going to get that 5 per day. And then the next day you'll have 5. It just doesn't compound. The cool thing about meth machine is why I think you like it is why. What can you do with it?
You can keep it forever, and you can sell it, and you can sell it to someone else. They can hold it for 3 months and then sell it to someone else. It's the one NFT utility we have that doesn't burn. That's my favorite.
That's out of everything, right? If you think about it, the teens burn.
Yep.
The incubators burn, the orbs burn, everything burns. All of the others, except for this one, it's going to be around forever. Or as long as we have meth to generate, it'll be around.
I know, it is one of my favorites. So Anthony Carbar, what about, have you guys minted any, opened your God boxes?
I'm still sitting on a resurrection. I have not used it yet.
That's cool.
I missed out on my my lava teen on opening day, which turned out to now be a twin that will be incorporated into our lore. So I should have done it anyway. But I'm still sitting tight on it. I'm waiting for the right one.
Oh, as soon as I get a resurrection, I use it. I've gotten 2 resurrections so far. That's by far my favorite because I don't have the time to go and click. So for me, I got that the resurrections there. It's 5. If I move it to another wallet, if I sell it, whatever it is, it's always going to earn 5. And to me, I like the resurrection. And plus, being able to just get one of those teens back from the underworld is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I like the resurrection too. I'm like afraid of using it because I feel like I'm never going to get another one. So it has to be for like the perfect one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and you have to time it with everybody else too. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, speaking of never getting another one, and as you're spinning the God box wheel, I don't know what we've called this yet, but that's what we'll call it. The God box wheel as it spins around. If you guys haven't seen this yet, you can actually also see our live stream from the Gobble utility that went live. You can see that how it shows that it's spinning through and it selects. It's kind of like wild. It reminds me of almost like the wheel on The Price is Right. Yeah. Someone asked, what are the probabilities for the different God utilities?
So I think it's probably pretty apparent. If you go to your My Collection page at the very top, there is the number of those each utilities that have minted. I don't know the percentages off the top of my head, but you can see that replenishment is the most common. Then you've got resurrection, and then of course the God boxes are the least common. So there's a percentage spread with that. Don't know it off the top of my head. Maybe, I don't want to say maybe 50.
I know. I was trying to remember too.
I forget.
But you can, like you said, yeah.
With that.
You can see at the top, it shows you all the boxes that have been opened and what like the numbers are. And there's definitely, you can see a skew happening. On the God box, you got another question, because the most fun thing to me is that second spend, which is why we say it over and over again. We talk about how important methane token is in the ecosystem and how if you are a good methane token saver and you're not just using it all the time, like Tank.
I know, I can't keep methane in my wallet. It's terrible.
I have
170 meth in my wallet right now. That's all I have, and I generate like 1,200 a day.
Tank is meth poor.
It sucks.
So when you get a God box, you have the opportunity to do a second spin. So within 1 minute after you open your God box, you can do a second spin for another 1,200 methane token. And so Postmaster asked, is that going to be a second box for two utilities off the one power? Or I think what they're meaning is it's another spin, so it might not be the same utility. You have an option of getting a second different utility, right?
Yeah, but
you
end up with two.
Yeah, you end up with two. Yeah, so and it's random, so it'll be randomized on the second one. You're not getting another box. The box is always there. The box is the animation. The spin is where you're actually burning that utility, is doing the spin itself. So the box stays open, you get to claim it again, it spins again, and you get that second one. So you're getting it within that one power. You're not decreasing your power anymore. Your power is going to go to zero once you open the box the first time. Stays there. You just get two openings. That's what you get. So cool. You want to do let's share some screen. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share
we're about 30 minutes in.
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, let's share. If you guys haven't told people to tune in yet, because this is the good part. We're about to see some teen utility.
Okay, now I got to figure out which screen I'm sharing.
Careful.
Right.
Yeah, check your browsers.
I know. All right, cool. So
all right, so you ready? All right, here we go.
There we go. Sweet. All right, so I'm already in my collection. I want to start at the top. This is where I'm a little upset at myself because I should have waited to claim. I got so excited this morning when I got in here. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it. And then I did it, and I was like, crap, I already did it. So if you want to go put the pictures to the side, I'll just shove this over to one side so that way we can see the whole screen. Here we go. Let's do it that way. Actually, I can open it up this way. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have pop-ups. That'll happen. Hold a sec. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's do this real quick. Hold on a sec here. Bear with me, everybody. I'm gonna do a little shift-a-rooney here. What are we seeing on the screen? Nope.
I see a boomer desktop.
I know. Here, we'll do this while Tank gets that worked out.
Yeah. You like that? That's terrible.
That gave me so much anxiety right now. Can you get someone over there to organize your icons into some folders, please?
Now you know how my brain works. That's how my brain works. All right. So I'm going to do this over the other screen. Yeah, it's terrible, man. My brain works that way. It's like, oh my God. It's my wife. It drives my wife crazy too. She looks at, my daughter will come in my computer. She's like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like, I gotta see everything. All right, here we go. Okay, let's do it this way. That way I don't have to worry about pop-ups, annoying pop-ups I'll put on my second screen. All right, so this is our home screen. It's going to be stacked a little different just because my other screen's smaller. So we're going to have this vertical stack here versus the horizontal stack like we had on the other side, but it's going to give us the same information. You're going to see a meth bank. This is how much, this is the date or time that I can actually claim the meth harvest. Normally, this right here would be to say harvest. There wouldn't be a counter here. It would say harvest, and you would click to harvest. Now, harvesting is going to harvest anything that's in your collection that's in the teens. Because keep in mind, everything that we're harvesting is within the teens themselves. So let's look at the teens I've got. So these teens right here are currently harvested this morning. You can see that we're already at level, we're at level 1, which is the indicator right here. It's telling me that level 2 is the next level, and it'll tell me how many more consecutive days I am away. So right here, you can see it says 6 consecutive harvest days away from level 2. So as long as I harvest every day, and that's this new utility, I'm going to move up each level. So the way that the utility works on the new teens is all the teens that are not being affected by another utility. So this is really important. And I know this is a question that we had in Discord yesterday that I answered, because somebody asked, they said, well, what happens if I have a meth machine, or what happens if one of my teens is resurrected? Well, the tech, or what we're doing on the front end, the back end, sorry, what we're doing with the meth collection itself is it's going to look at priority. So it's always going to give priority to resurrection teens. Resurrection teens get priority, meaning that if you have a resurrection teen, it's going to always claim 5 methane per day, and that's compounding. The next priority is the meth machine. So if you have teens, and I'll show you some of those here in a second, if you have teens with a meth machine of the same guild, those are going to generate 5 methane per day. Now that's good, because you're generating 5 methane without having to do anything else, as long as you go in there daily. The teen utility is a leveling up utility, and this is going to affect every teen that is not either resurrected or isn't being impacted by a meth machine. The way that the leveling works is we start at level 1. Level 1 earns you 1 methane per day. So every day you go in, you can claim 1 methane out of that teen. After you go through 7 consecutive days, you'll go to level 2. At level 2, you're going to earn 2 methane per day. After you go for 7 more consecutive days, you'll move to level 3. And at level 3, you will cap out at 4 methane per day. And your teens will then earn 4 methane per day. Now, there is a hitch in this thing. If, for whatever reason, you miss a day of claiming, whatever it may be, you forget, you're on vacation, whatever that case may be, you will drop down to level 1 and have to start the process all over again. So I actually kind of explain it this way. When a teen is resurrected, I always like to think of him as an older teen, right? 18 or 19 years old. He's got a job. He's responsible. He shows up to work. You know, you don't have to go bug him to get up in the morning. You know, you just make sure he gets out the door on his own. You're just daily making sure you're going to work. You're good to go. These teens are like your first-time job teens, the 15, 16-year-olds that got to bug every day. You got to get them out of bed. You got to make sure they're taking a shower. You got to make sure their clothes are clean. You got to make sure they're out the door. You got to make sure they got a ride, right? You have to babysit them more. And that's what we have to do with these teens. These teens, they have to babysit. You've got to get in there and collect every day. If you forget a day, you're going to reset. On the resurrected, if you forget a day, you're only losing that 5 methane per day, but you never lose a level. You're still gaining 5. So that is the difference in the levels. That is where we're providing utility, but it's going to take a little bit of work to get there. So as you go through the leveling process, then you're going to begin to earn 4 methane per day, which is awesome for these teens as long as you're collecting every day. So the collecting process, like I said, is along the top. You're going to collect your harvest methane here. That harvest is going to go into this thing right here. It's called a meth bank. Now, what we talked about, I see the question on the transfer team. I'll answer that here just as quick. What we talked about with the meth harvesting is because we're harvesting such small amounts, 5 methane, 1 methane, it doesn't make sense to claim that because it's cost prohibitive, right? It's spending more gas fees than it would be to claim that amount of meth. So what we're doing is we're providing a meth bank. So as you harvest, you're actually banking this until it gets to a point where you want to actually claim. So what I do is, because I have quite a few OG bowls and God bowls, I'll wait till my total claimable meth grows. And then when I click my claim all button, I'm claiming not only all of the meth that's claimable in my OG bowls and my God bowls, but it's going to claim all my meth in my resurrected teens. And then it's going to claim all the meth out of my meth bank. So it gives you the ability to consolidate all of that meth to minimize your gas fees and to make the most out of that claim at the time it happens. You can also claim just the harvested meth. So let's say you don't want to claim your meth out of your OG, or let's say you are still in our project and you haven't decided if we're going where you want to go, and you know that you still have a little less than a month with your ETH back guarantee. You're not using the claim all button. You're probably going in and claiming from individual bowls, so that way you can leave that 1 or 2 maybe still eligible for that ETH back guarantee. So in that case, then when you claim the individual bowls, you would click this claim harvest meth, and then you're only going to claim the harvested meth in the meth bank versus the claim all, which would draw all of the meth out of all of your bowls. So we've allowed this flexibility still for you as a holder to control where and when you want to claim meth and out of what assets you're going to claim it from. Any questions? Let's answer some questions before I go any further. What happens if I transfer a teen? So let's talk about this different ways. Our system recognizes a wallet, not a teen. So when you're claiming every day, you're claiming based on what's in your wallet. We do this for two reasons. Number one, maybe you want to sell a teen. So if you've got 10 teens, you don't want to be stuck having to hold those all the time. So as long as you have at least one teen in your wallet and you're consistently claiming, sorry, words are hard, whether you sell or for the second reason, mint and bring a new teen into your collection, you will not affect that leveling up, with one caveat. If you bring a new teen into a new collection, you still have to claim daily, but that teen is going to start from a level 1. So they'll be offset from maybe the rest of the teens. So if you started claiming today and you're like I did, so I'll give you an example. All of these bad boys right here, I claimed this morning when I got a little overzealous, got excited. Well, I also then thought, well, maybe I'll just claim another teen or mint another teen and see where it's at. So we'll scroll down here to my teen that is still claimable right here. See this guy right here says not harvested today. Now I can only harvest once a day. So this guy's gonna have to sit and wait until tomorrow, but he'll be 1 day behind the rest of my teens. So all of these teens will have a 1 tick with 6 consecutive days left. This guy has 7 consecutive days. So his leveling up will be a little bit slower because I minted him this morning after I'd already claimed or harvested the meth out of the other teens.
That's an interesting point there, Tank. So just out of curiosity, just thinking through, because I didn't, obviously this is a new utility, so all these different scenarios are coming as they happen. In that case, would you, so he'd always be behind, but I'm just thinking in my mind, like when would be my optimum time to mint my teen?
Before you claim your meth on that day, right? I haven't done that yet. And that's an actually interesting question that we'd have to ask our devs. So if we brought a teen into our wallet before I hit that claim for that day, actually I know this answer. You'll get that meth out of that teen as well. But the minute you claim from your wallet, you bring a teen in, you've got to wait till the next claimable day. And by the way, the next claimable day is a counter that's at the very top right here. Right here, daily level reset. In 6 hours and 24 minutes, I will be able to do my next claim of, or harvest. I'm sorry, not claim, harvest of meth out of my teens. So in 6 more hours, I'll be able to harvest again. So this tells you when your next harvest is. And this resets every day at the same time. So this is the same for everybody. Doesn't matter when you claim your first, when you harvest your first meth, regardless of when that happens, this clock resets at the same time for everybody. So it's a same reset.
I just want to clarify one thing. Wait, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So
please.
that one teen that you minted today, you can't harvest it today. But it's not that you can only harvest once. So like, let's say you only do 4 teens, you harvest the meth, and you have another 4 teens that you previously owned. You can still harvest those in the same day in 2 separate transactions, correct? It's not just one harvesting transaction per day.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Like ideally, Tank would have only harvested some of his teens before this live stream, and then he would have harvested the rest now.
That's what I should have done, but I got a little overzealous excited. So,
harvesting is exciting. Give me all the meth.
I know. So
he's a farmer.
Yeah, I know. Since we're in here, let's look at a couple other things. I think it's really cool. Let's look at these teens right here. These are my meth machine influence. So I can run my cursor over this little thing here. It says meth machine is activated for this teen. That means this teen is under the influence of the meth machine. He's working his butt off and earning 5 meth per day. And it says right here, generating 5 harvestable meth per day. So that's super cool that you can see that. Now I'm going to zoom real quick up here, because if you go to your utility tab, which is right here, and you look at my harvest, it actually tells me that I have 8 teens that are being influenced by this meth machine. I love our devs, man. They really.
I was just gonna say, great job, Yev.
I'm telling you, man.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and it tells me how many methane I'm generating per day. So this utility is giving. It talks about. It gives you all the details about what it does and where it goes. But it's going to tell me south 8 active teens, and I'm generating 40 additional methane that I can harvest every day by just looking at this. And of course, I've got a replenishment. And oh, wait a minute, Sun and God Bowl. Oh, this is a merger orb that I'm going to hold on to. That's right. It's important. Okay. Back to what I was talking about. So anyways, teens, awesome. So one thing I'll also look at right here. So this teen is generating 5 methane because he is a resurrected, and that is by this blue halo that goes all the way around. And like I said, this is a compounding. So if I would not have claimed him today or claimed the meth, he would have 10 right here, just like our OG bowls where they count up. It would actually be right here. It would say 10. And that's why you can see that here there is a counter. And if you look over here at the meth machine, see how there's no counter over here? Or if you go down here, there's no counter because this is the only NFT, teen NFT that compounds. So this counter will go up and I don't have to do anything with him until I'm ready to. Here's Roy, who's never going to be a resurrected teen. Sorry, Roy, you're going to have to work your butt off for everybody. Any questions on anything? Anything we want to talk about since I'm already in this screen or look at?
Yeah, we got another question here. If you buy a teen, does it come with the power level at 1, or do they have to be powered up? If they've been powered up, does that so like if someone takes the teen to level 1 and then if I have a teen, I power him up to level 1 and then I sell him to you, does he start over?
Well, level 1 is the first level always, right? So keep in mind that level 1 is where you start. So I think the question would be, if I work my butt off to get this teen right here up to level 3, and then I sold him, or I transfer him to another wallet, that level gets reset. So we do not carry the value or that level ranking along with the sale or transfer routine. It gets reset back down to 1. 1.0 until you get all the way. So it's like 1.0, 0.1, 0.2. 0.0 would be like this bad boy right here, where he has nothing. Where is he at? Right here, like this is 0. And then you go 1.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you go 2.1. And that's the process, right? So you're working up to level 3. Once you get to level 3, it has to stay in your wallet in order for you to maintain that level.
And then did we mention after you consecutively harvest over 30 days, is there something that happens?
Yes, there is. Is that anywhere in the documentation? We haven't talked about that, have we? Oh, this is a surprise. I love it. Has it even been posted in Slack or anything? I mean, in Discord?
People are talking about it.
I think everything's live on the website now.
Yes, everything is live.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah,
I hope so.
If not, you're about to get some real deep. Here comes the alpha drop, everybody. Hope you're tuning in.
So let's talk about this. Yeah, so we have bonuses. So we thought, how fun would it be? Because you're working your butt off as a parent. We want a little love too, right? Our teens are sitting here working, and we got to get up every day to harvest them. So let's get a little love. So yes, we have 2 bonuses. The first bonus, is called a consecutive bonus. So if you mint or claim harvest, sorry, I got to get the right terminology here. If you harvest every day, 30 days straight without missing a day, you will get a 50 meth bonus at the end of that 30 days. That bonus is reoccurring. So every 30 days that you mint, as long as you don't miss a day, you're going to get a 50 meth bonus at the end of the day. And this is per wallet, by the way. This is not per teen. So yes, a strategy could be you could separate them in different wallets if you wanted, but just keep in mind, if you're doing that, that means you've got to go to different wallets every day.
For crypto, mute button.
You got to go to
separate wallets. What are you talking about?
That's a strategy. Hey, you know what? It's all about strategy. We'll talk about that tonight. Come tonight, we'll talk about strategies tonight. All right.
Yeah, that's the late night session.
Yeah, that's the tokenomics alpha you get.
Her
Tokenomics.
crypto moved all the way to California, so she didn't have to stay up late on tokenomics anymore.
I did. Yeah, exactly. I moved just so I could stop having to stay up late for this. And you know what happened? I experienced my first earthquake today.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did? I don't even feel them anymore.
I didn't feel it either. I didn't know until I went to the gym and they announced it. They were like, "Did you guys feel the earthquake?" And I was like, "Nope, I didn't. Missed it. 5.1."
That's a pretty good shaker too. It must have been far enough away from you. That's funny. Cool. Yeah, wait till you get one shaken up that the lamps start swaying and things fall off of shelves. Those are fun ones.
Oh, exciting.
So, yeah.
Let's see.
Right, so that was the first. Was the first. The first bonus was the consecutive, right? The next bonus is cumulative. So let's say you miss a day. That's a bummer. Well, as long as you do 30 days, you're going to get another 50 meth bonus, but that's only a one time. So if you want to participate and you just can't get to it every day and you're just going to take your one per day, and that's fine. As long as you do 30 days, you'll get a 50 meth bonus. So that's a cool bonus. And that's only a one-time deal. But the opportunity to get 50 additional meth every month, as long as you're in there grinding, is super cool. And that'll be an opportunity. Questions?
That's exciting. Yeah. 50. So 50 every 30 days. As if you were to keep up 50 every 30 days. So, wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to stack all this meth. Let me tell you.
Strategies, right? There you go.
Wait, so just to clarify, that 50 and 30 days is per wallet or per teen?
Per wallet.
Okay.
That's why there's strategies that we'll talk about tonight. And I see some strategies posted in our comment, but I'll tell you, strategies are those strategies, but you're going to have to grind. I don't know if I'd do it. That's too many wallets to track.
How much do you think somebody would pay in meth for a get out of jail free card if they miss a day, like 3 months in?
Yeah, can you imagine? 3 months in, you grind, and then all of a sudden you missed it. You're like, no, I don't know. We haven't done it. There's no mulligans in this.
So we got this question: do you have to pay in order to harvest your teen bulls?
No. Nope. It's all done on our front end. So you just go in and harvest, and then it just moves that meth from the teen right into the bank. You only pay when you move it from the bank to your wallet.
I like this. The grass is so green in the metaverse.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. These bulls are going to be eating all the grass, making all this meth.
Yeah, it's crazy. Fun stuff. So no, you guys, I'm super excited about this. We've been talking about this for a while. It's funny because now we need to digest this, right? Literally, it's so much with the zero breed bulls, the God bull utility, and then now the teen utility. It's a lot to take in, a lot to strategize, a lot to think about what that strategy is going to be and how you're going to play the game, because there's so many different ways of doing it. I mean, shoot, in theory, you could get 4 meth machines, and then you wouldn't have to worry about this daily claim and move and losing your level, right? If you had 4 meth machines, 1 from each guild, it would take care of all the work for you. And then as long as you're going in every day, or just resurrect all your teens and have all 100% resurrected teens, then your wallet acts as if it was an OG wallet, and you just go in once a week, every 2 weeks, and you claim what you want to claim.
I love Tank talking about this because he's got so many God bulls. He's all assuming that you have a God bull, okay? Marcus feels my pain.
Oh my God, that's funny. But anyways, any questions or anything? We have more questions.
I don't see questions, but we do have a comment here. The funny thing about this gamification is how similar it is to parenthood. And I think that's a really great segue. If Anthony want to talk about, no, we aren't trying to train you for parenthood, but there is a bit of a financial teaching that we're doing. And then, through the things that we offer with our the VC deal flow and the accredited investor and the Series 65, the things that we are bringing to the community through financial kind of education,
Yeah, it's almost like Monopoly. You get to test out different strategies using play money called meth.
Get out of jail free card.
Yeah. So it's just a fun way of doing it, right? So you learn at do you spend all your meth? Do you accumulate it? What assets work for you? What assets don't work for you? And there's some fun to it. So you're actually enjoying what you're doing, testing some things out. What's that strategy look like? So I'm enjoying it myself. It's fun.
Yeah, super cool. Hey, so I had a question that came in on another channel here. So if you have a meth machine that's impacting a certain guild teen and you sell that meth machine, all of those teens in your wallet start at level 1 because now they just become that daily meth generator. So those teens will have to work up if you decide to sell. Why you're going to sell a meth machine, I don't know. But if you do, your teens will still generate meth, but you're going to have to work up the levels to get there. So 14 days, by the way, it's a 2 weeks. It's a 2-week commitment to get up to that level, but then you've got to maintain it once you get there. If I acquire a meth machine, convert to the machine for said guild. Yes, they do. So if you're already going through that guild process and you've gotten yourself up to a certain level, the minute you bring a meth machine into your wallet, that reverse what I just said would occur. All of those teens then automatically start generating 5. Remember what I said? It's a hierarchy. So your priority is resurrected teens. The next priority would be meth machine, and then the bottom would be your daily meth generating teens. So
and one important point. So if you're thinking about the bonuses, remember the bonuses are wallet based. So as long as you have another teen in there that's not impacted by the meth machine, you can continue on to gain your bonus. So the meth machine isn't going to mess up your bonus as long as there's another teen from a different guild than the meth machine.
Correct. Cool. Excellent. So, are we done?
I was on mute. I was going to say it's interesting because, there's a lot of talk about, so like you said, like if you have a meth machine, or if you have, you can use it. If you had all 4 meth machines, which is part of one of the things that I was saying a while ago about compassing. And we've talked about compassing your God bowls, because if you have a God bowl from each guild, and then as you mint things, these utilities, you're able to cover all the teens in your wallet. But like if the meth machine, if you don't have a God bowl, like poor me and Marcus, and you buy a meth machine, they do only apply to 1 teen. So this new teen utility is able to apply to all the teens in your wallet. So, yes, you do go in each day, just like the meth machine too, though. I mean, you have to go in, but at least you can get all the teens creating methane. So I'm excited because I did some trading and some swapping. So I've got my OG bulls matched up so I can keep getting incubators and minting teens. So I've been on the teen. That's why I've been on this mint teens track. I'm going to have a little teen meth farm going.
Teen labor, child labor over there, right? It's funny. I post in Twitter, I'm like, oh, my teens are working at a meth farm. And I'm thinking, if somebody comes in and reads my tweet and they don't really
out of context, that's not great.
So make sure I post a few pictures of my teen bulls so that way they figure it out, because that would be funny. I get a knock on the door. Excuse me, sir. The DEA. Oh no, that's not what I meant.
Right? I swear if they've tapped our phones or any of our type of, they're going to be like, what are these people doing?
They're talking about meth corner.
Yeah. At least I'm out of Florida now. So that's a lot less.
Oh my God. Well, hey guys, this has been fun. We've been doing an hour. I don't know if we have any more questions on here. I think we've answered most of the questions, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
If you guys could tap dance for 30 seconds, I think I'm getting a clarification on one of the answers that we gave. So,
so I'll just say I'm not in Moe's Tavern after it closed. I am in the underworld, waiting to be resurrected.
Did I answer something incorrectly? That's going to be interesting. And, it's funny if it does, because I'll tell you guys, for us as a management team, it's been a learning curve for all of us. Holy cow.
So here's the let's double confirm. But what I'm hearing from Yev and Evan is that when the meth machine is sold or moved out of the wallet, whatever the leveling counts for the teen that was impacted by the meth. Yeah. So if you had the meth machine, you were claiming for 21 days straight, you're still going to have that level, that you're going to still be at that level 3 when the meth machine leaves.
Interesting. That's actually, so think about that. So let's strategize this. So if you've got a meth machine in your wallet and you level yourself up to where those teens are earning 4 methane per day, let's say you've got 10 teens earning 4 methane per day. Okay. So that's whatever that calculation is. That's 40 methane per day, right? By the end of the month, you got 120 methane. 1 additional methane, which would be equal to the 5, which is what the meth machine generates, would be 150. So it's only 30 methane less to get teens that are generating every day if you're willing to do the work. But you get a 50 methane bonus at the end of the month. So you're actually ahead slightly if you're in there every day grinding with 4 methane per day with the meth bonus at the end of the month. Depending on how many teens you have, you actually are going to make better doing that than having the meth machine. So does that mean now that meth machine you could actually put up and sell The drawback on that is if you miss a day, you're starting back to 0 again, and your clock starts ticking again for your bonus, because your bonus would have to start over to get that 30 days now, right? So what's interesting is the strategy that if you're willing to grind, then maybe if you're a Godbowl holder and you're generating meth machines, maybe the meth machine now becomes an asset that has value that you don't necessarily have to hold in your wallet, because you know you can make the money another way. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's so cool. I love it.
I know there's always something new, always something.
Yeah,
And like
there
you
is.
said, we have a learning curve for ourselves. We have so much.
My brain is racing on this one at the moment. I'm finding holes.
There's no holes. I think it's awesome because I think it provides strategies. It's something that, when we put this together, we thought about everything, but I actually hadn't thought about that.
No.
But that's cool because it just means that the person has to grind. If you miss a day with the meth machine, you're only losing 5 methane. You're not clicking back down to 0 again, right? Or to level 1. But if you're in there every day and you're willing to do it, then those meth machines have value. I'm seeing what they've been selling. And somebody like Her Crypto that doesn't have a Godbowl wants a meth machine. They'd love to have that to create that meth farm. So that,
I know, that's why I've been stacking. I've been really lucky. I've been minting all West and East teens. I like mostly West teens. And then I've got East OG bulls.
Cool. So now you just got to find yourself a meth machine.
Yep. Well, not anymore. Now I've got teen utility, and I'm going to be getting that 50 meth bonus every month.
Yep. And so Scott said meth machines with a small number of teens doesn't make sense. That's true, but sometimes you don't have control over what teens you're minting. Now, if you're lucky, I've been lucky with getting a decent amount with what I've got, or you buy them on secondary. So that is a play as well. If you've got an opportunity. I've been seeing the trading corner going. So who knows? Maybe people are like, hey, I've got a South meth machine. I got this West. I'd like to get another South. And they're swapping with somebody that has a South. That's a strategy as well. Now, I struggle with that because I like the art. So I look at my teens and going, crap, can I really trade this for something else unless it was really cool?
We saw your collection. I was like, he's still scrolling.
I went to scroll back up, not realizing it wasn't my screen. I was like, wait, I want to see that one.
Yeah, there's some cool things in there.
Yeah. I couldn't give them up. That's the problem. That's why I didn't. Yes, I'm blessed. I was able to get a lot of Godbowls, believe me. But I had a strategy to do more. And my strategy got thrown out the window the minute I saw the art of the teens. I'm like, okay, that's it. The art's too cool. The art's awesome.
So through this whole conversation with everything we just said, I was thinking about teens being an entry point and new people onboarding. And as they enter the project through the teens, just being guild specific and only buying teens from one guild, like how much does that affect scarcity of different guilds? And it'll take some time, and it'll take some volume for that to happen. But
that's interesting. And scarcity for guilds, and I start to see, I'm guilty of it. I'm starting to look for my rainbow traits, and there's a few other community members that are starting to collect certain types of traits. So where is that going to land those as far as rarity as well? The community really has the ability to control our rarity, especially with the teen bulls, right? Depending on what they collect as it gets minted, depending on how they sacrifice and resurrect, there's so many plays here, and rarity is going to be subjective too. Actually, Anthony, you can answer this, and I don't actually know this question. Does a resurrected teen, the fact that it's resurrected, impact its rarity, or no? That doesn't have an impact. So that's interesting, right? Because it doesn't have an impact on its rarity based on the rarity tool, but in somebody's mind, does that have an impact on the rarity, which now places it at a certain value? Because we always think that rarity equates directly to value, right? The rarer it is, the more valuable it is. We've seen with trait groups that they've thrown that out the window, because trait groups collect what they want, and then that value is based on how much you want to get into that group. Alpha bulls is a perfect example. So the fact that you may have only a small handful resurrected, that's going to be interesting to see how that value is affected versus its rarity. So it's so many tragedies.
Yeah, it is. And we debated that, and we landed on that rarity should be based on the traits of the actual character, rather than the box around it, or so that's where we landed on it.
Yep. Cool.
Well, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. So cool. This utility that's out. I'm excited for this monthly bonus. We got a lot going on this week. A lot of things happening. We got a contest running right now.
Yep.
Where we're giving away 5 different NFTs, 5 different bulls and teens and resurrected teens, and
And here's the recommendation, her crypto is, there's so much going on. Get on our email list, sign up, get your email. That's where you're going to get the information first. You're going to get it in the most consolidated way. I found it's really good. People are responding to those emails. I'm responding back. I've had some good conversations with people. So I'm appreciating that. Answering questions, the email is going to be the most efficient way for you to get the information. Of course, we still want you in Discord and on Twitter and supporting us. But the email is going to be an easy way for you to get the information. So sign up. And speaking of that, there's a sign up for the giveaway. If you're already on one of our email lists, make sure that you're going and signing up on the giveaway one to make sure that you have an entry there as well. So it's going to feel like you're double signing up, but just make sure that you're in the giveaway one, so that you're in. You get the chance at winning a God Bull, chance at winning an OG Bull with full meth, never been collected before, never been bred. You got a resurrected teen, and then you got 2 regular teens. So we're going to have 5 winners with that giveaway. It's a massive giveaway.
That's a massive giveaway. We have a lot of stuff going on, and we've got another live that we're going to be doing in 2 days. We've been doing these about every other week, but we're going to do 2 this week. So let's talk about that just real quick. So I have this passion project I've been working on for a while. I've got an amazing community member named Papa Spongy. And he wrote our theme song for us. So we're going to drop the theme song on Thursday. We're going to do some cool stuff. And then it's going to be available on Spotify on Friday. So come hang out with us on Thursday, 3 p.m. Well, 5 p.m.
5
Central.
Yep.
5
Same
Central.
time. Same time, same place on Thursday.
Yep. Same time, same place. And we're going to have a few guests on. Some community members are going to come on. Maybe we'll have some giveaways. Stay tuned for that. And we'll definitely be listening to the song. Super cool. I listen to it every time I'm at the gym. It's on my playlist. I was lucky enough to get it. So I'm rocking out to it. I listened last night. I'm working out and I'm listening to the theme. So I'm like, I cannot wait till everybody else hears this. So
it's already the worldwide premiere of the official Bulls and Apes Project theme song.
Super cool. So yeah, come join us on Thursday. We'll have fun and drop that. And on Friday we have an AMA, right?
Yep, we have an AMA in the Discord on Friday, and we have a super fun trivia plan. So lots going on in the community, lots of things happening. Like Anthony said, for that premium alpha, definitely want to be on the email list and jump in the Discord with any questions. We're more than happy to help you guys out.
Cool.
Well, thanks guys so much. Anyone else? Carver, Anthony, anybody?
No, this was fun. Looking forward to Thursday.
I know, so much fun. Thanks so much, you guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Had a really great time. Please reshare this. Make sure you're going and subscribe to the channel so we get notified when we go live. Gary, I'll see you in a few hours.
Yeah, in 3 hours. Take a breath. Get ready to dive back into this again.
I know. All right, guys. Everyone have a great night.
Thanks, guys.
Bye guys.